Wow, 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 wow. It is Monday's mindset, my friends. And how are you feeling stuck? It's a January, February, March, April, May, the fifth month. Do you feel a little stuck in your business or in, just about anything you're doing? If you're feeling a little stuck, today we're going to discuss a couple of things that you might do to feel unstuck, as we would say. When I say stuck, I mean, do you feel like you're not making any traction, you're not making any progress, you just churning your wheels, just going around in circles? That's what we're talking about. But today's Monday's mindset, and of course, Monday's mindset is for us. So we're going to discuss that today. So if you're going to be joining me live, let me know where you're joining from. And if you're going to be watching the replay, let me know where you're watching from, because all of us have experienced this stuck position. But we've got to get out of it, because all of us have the power to do that. And alongside other things that we're going to talk about today, you can do it. So you can unstuck yourself. Oh, I don't even know if I like that word. But anyway, you can unstuck yourself, right? You can get over the hump. You can get over the challenges. You can get over the obstacles. You can navigate through certain things in life. But sometimes we need a little push, right? So we're going to talk about those things today. A couple of things that has been suggested that you might use to get yourself out of that position that you really don't want to be in and you really don't like, but you have the power. So for those of you who have not met me before, my name is Yvette Garel, and I'm here in this community Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, we talk Monday's mindset. We take care for ourselves. We talk about how we want to be positioned in our business so that we can help the people that want to follow us. So those people that are joining our teams and or buying our products or whatever, the people that we meet and we build the relationships with, we have the conversations with. We have to be right. We have to be ready. We have to understand. We have to have clarity, knowledge, and all of that so we can execute. The actions that we take will exemplify what we believe in and all that good stuff. So, but I'm here today for that. But understanding that for the rest of the week, when Wednesday and Friday, we talk social media strategies, we talk social media tips, we talk social media tools, because we're here building our business online and we are leveraging the strategies of social media, modern online strategies. We're here to leverage so we can build our businesses online. And remember, if you're not having a piece of the .com, you're missing out. So never mind. People say, "Oh, you got to do it online." Yes, people want to build their business big, do it online. So we're gonna, we are right in the right place, or you're in the right place, in the right time, in the right season. If you've been listening to what's going on in the economy, in the world's economy, you'd realize that nothing is secured. But your business that you manage and you operate, you have full control over, you have a better chance than walking into the job, and then you hear that they don't need you anymore anyway. So, or the downsizing, the popular thing, or the merging, right? No, we're out of business. Okay, so what are some of the things that we can do for ourselves, right? If we feel like we are stuck. Remember, now we talk about being stuck. That means, in our layman term, you're having some challenges in your business. You don't have clarity, no direction, no support, no help, nobody's, you're reaching out and you're not getting any answers. Not nothing to support you in terms of literature or um tutorials or whatever the case is. You just feel like you're in a big ocean all by yourself. You're just swimming and swimming and swimming for survival. You're just out there swimming and swimming. Hope that one day somebody's going to throw you a lifeline and you're going to hold on to it. Okay. So, who wears glasses and the eyelashes keep messing with you? Yeah. So somebody's gonna throw a lifeline and you're gonna hold on, you're gonna catch and hold on to it. But what if somebody doesn't throw you a lifeline? You're gonna better figure out how to swim, right? If you're out there in the ocean, I'm just using that. And so when we are in our business and even our own lives, there's sometimes things comes up where you feel like you're alone and oh my gosh, what am I going to do? You pace the floor at night. You have headaches. You question yourself. You're aggressive, you're angry, you're just anxious and anxiety, and you yell and scream, and you're just in a bad mood all day long. And who knows, right? All these, so we know all the things that we go through when we are not comfortable in whatever we're doing, or we don't feel comfortable, or we're not progressing, or we're not making any traction, making it, we're not making any progress. We're not making any money. We're not selling any products. Nobody's joining our team. You know, everybody's joining. That person's over there. Nobody looks at you and all that good stuff. The jealousy and all that. But so you're in this position. Think about a parked car. That when you turn when you put when you drive and you put the car in park, and you put that the shift in park, and you turn that engine off. If you don't go back and turn that engine on, that car back on, and take it out of that park position, that car is going to sit right there forever, until somebody, if not you, goes out there and turn it off, turn it on, start it up, start up the engine, move out the shift position from park to drive or reverse or wherever. Think about your stuck position like that parked car. What use does that parked car have to you if you're not using it to take you wherever you want to go, take you to work, maybe to the park, the football game? If it's not being used, it just sits there, and the rain comes and get wets it, the sun comes, dries it up, and the snow come, and somebody pass and splash up the mud, and it just sit there. So little abuse takes place, right? To the car. What about you? But anyway, let's talk about some things that we can do for ourselves when we find ourselves in that position. And I'm primarily talking to you if you're in business. Whether you're a network marketer, you're a social seller, you're an MLM person, a brick and mortar person, just a direct salesperson, anybody that's in business will tell you that when you find yourself in that position, one, they might tell you that's good. You might feel it's bad, but that's good, because it's like a wake up call to you to say, hold up a second here now. Something is happening right here. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel good about this. So they'll tell you that it's a good frame of mind to be in, because now you have to do something to get out of that state of mind. Yeah. But when you're in there, you feel like it's like the whole world is coming to an end, as per se, right? You feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to get out of this. But people in business will tell you that is not a bad place to be. Whether you accept it, yes or no, they'll tell you that's not because it does drive some action. It does drive some decision making. It drives you to do something. Now, some people really don't do anything. Although they might be thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? They just don't have the courage and the will. But to be in that position provides a possibility for you to take action. It it gives, it's like you can sleep at night. Who don't you want to sleep at night, right? You can't find money to pay your rent. You want to find money to pay your rent. You can't pay for the car note. You've got, oh, they're gonna take your car if you don't. So it drives you to take some. Oh, you gotta do something. You gotta do something, right? So a lot of us take side hustle. A lot of us get second job. Some people borrow money. It drives you to take some form of action. So one of the first things that we want to is suggested that you will do when you get into that position is to revisit. Oh my goodness, revisit your goals. Now, if you're in business, you have a goals, right? Or you have goals, right? You have a goal or you got many goals. If you're in business, people just don't go into business because they love being in business. They're going to business because there's an end in mind, right? You have goals, whether it's to pay off your student loan, whether it's to pay off your personal loan, whether it's to send your kids in college, whether it's to build a house on the hill, whether it's to own an organization that you can provide help for other people, and on and on and on and on. Whether it's to set up a legacy foundation, and on and on and on. Whether it's to, you know, take care of your aged parents, you name it. You went into business for a reason. You had set goals in the next 5 years. I want $1 million in my bank account. In the next 5 years, I need that student loan should be paid off. So we set the goals. Goals have been set with time frame attached to it. So we just don't say, well, you know what? I want to pay off my student loan, or I want to pay off this mortgage. Who knows? Got to put some time stamp to it, my friends, because that will drive you to create some form of urgency in your situation. When we set our goals, if you have not been doing that, you've got to put a time to it. It might not happen in that time, but it drives you to work towards that. The goal without some kind of time frame and some steps to get, it just don't even work. You've got to set it up right. So you want to revisit your goals, right? And everybody does goal setting. My goodness, I think that's beaten like a dead horse. Got to have goals. Without the goals, you just be like, you just, what you doing? Just like play dolly house, right? Gotta have goals and gotta put some time to it. Organizations have what they call projections, like 5 year projections, 10 year projections, and they project whether it's the money or people in the organization or new hires or um anything have for, because they just don't do it. They don't go from day to day. They have yearly, 5 year, 10 year, whatever it is. And so if you have to do it from day to day, it's kind of be a little bit more difficult, because the goals, you got to give time to work. Yeah, just overnight thing is just an overnight thing, right? Yeah. So if I say, oh, I want to have $5 million by tomorrow, and then I don't even have zero to start with. No, that's very unrealistic, right? So we set up. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So check on your goals, revisit them, go back. Where did you start a business in the first place? Why did you start? And people talk about your why, they talk about your what. It really don't even matter. You did set a goal when you started out in your business. People say, oh, your why must make you cry, and your what should drive you. What is it that you decided that was going to happen in this business that you started out with? Okay. So for me, when I started this opportunity with a view that it will supplement the household income by certain amount per month. And within 5 years, and it's supposed to be at a certain place. Now I will assess this at the end of my 5 as I go along, do continuous assessment, of course, because I have a goal in mind. Now I have grandchildren who I want to make sure that they can go to college or whatever their aspirations are. They want to be whatever it is. So my goal is that I have a foundation. I have some legacy. I have something that they don't have to go struggle like me to build that up. Something is there for them to start with. That's not going to be the end all be all. They're going to have to work, right? Yeah. But at least to give them a start where they don't have to go and take out all these loans with these high interest rate. So that's part of my plan, my goal, right? And I have a time frame. I want to see how I'm building up this empire, right? Yeah. So what are your goals? That's just, and you can have many. You have small ones, you have, long-term goals and so on and so forth. So that's part of my goal. So you got to set it up. And then, even then, I have to have a lot of small goals or short-term goals building up to that. So every month and every year, every quarter, I do every quarter, right? So every quarter, at the end of every year, I assess my, evaluate my achievements. How far have I reached? Whether it's, do I have that projected amount of money? Have I did done that projected amount of work? And all that good stuff. What have I achieved? What have I learned? And do all that. What worked? What didn't work? What am I going to do differently? We've got to do that. If we do that continuously, that will help us not to be in this stuck position. I'm telling you, I've done it, it works. Before I knew anything about all of that, I'm telling you, I was in a stuck position. I felt like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Did I waste my money starting this opportunity, starting this business? What am I doing here? This just not for me. What am I supposed to, confusion and frustration. But when I got training and mentorship and how to handle the situation, and I got, help and instructions and show directions and how to handle the situation, it made life so much easier. No stress, just work, right? So revisit your goals, my friends. Yes, and some people didn't have any goals, but it's just about time to write down some goals. So set some goals. You got to step back. We've got to step back. I know we want to run, yes, but we've got to step. We sometimes we make 2 steps forward and 1 step back, right? But sometimes the 1 step forward and we make 2 steps back. So we want to run. We want to get this thing urgency. And I agree. That's true. Because they say success loves speed. But you got to know what you're running on. You've got to know where you're running from, where you're running to, where you're running with. You know what I'm saying? You can't just run like wild. You've got to know how the running is going. Success loves speed. Yeah. So certain things have to be in place, right? I hope you agree with me on that. So it's important for us to step back. So if you didn't have goals, set some. And if you had some, maybe you want to take a look. If you find that you're stuck, if you find that you've been challenged, your obstacles, your things that are happening, but like, oh, my hand is up in the air. What am I supposed to do here? You've got to slow it down, step back, look at what you said. Because remember now, we all make this personal stuff, and it's not only professional goals. We make goals for our personal life, in our family, stuff, and sometimes you don't see any progress. Got to revisit them. Maybe you need to change some things around, not the goalposts. Maybe you got to adjust some efforts, the steps that you had made to get to that goal. Maybe you have to do some adjustment. Maybe you got to tweak it, the time frame, whatever it is. Got to do that. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it makes life easier in the long run, and you don't get to this stuck position. Okay, so you got to take some time. Take some time to reconsider, because sometimes that might not be the place that you want to be. Even that comes up as well. Is this what I actually want to do? Who have ever started something and decided that, oh, this is not for me? Yeah, I've done that before. Oh, this is not for me. It looked like it was for me, but as I started to get into the meat of things, I'm like, this is not for me. Nothing is wrong with that, because you'd have already looked closely at what you're in, and you have made it. Now you realize that these are not in alignment with your values. Now that's huge, my friends. That is huge. Whatever you're getting into has to have some alignment with you, because you are going to be doing the work. You are your business. Has to have some alignment. Pick yourself up and do something over there. You have no clue. You don't believe in it. That's far from your belief system. Who cares? You think that's going to work for you? No. So whatever you're getting into, you got to give it some good thought. Do your research, check it out. Make sure that it is aligned with you, your values. Because when you're in it, There's no stopping, right? When that thing is, when you're in it, that thing gets inside of you, and you just gotta, you just know what you're after, and you just keep going. It's easier. It's more meaningful, should say, right? So revisit your goals. Now we can't do all of them today. It's a whole lot of things that you has been suggested for you to do. We're just gonna do one more. So you, because revisiting the goals take on a whole barrage of stuff, right? First thing, remember, if you didn't write down those goals, I gotta go back. If you didn't write down those goals, please, 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 please write down the goals. Please. Because you know why? If you just say, "Oh, I want to do da 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 da," that's what time is it? At 4:22. Okay, now it's 4:25. What was it I say again? What I was gonna do? You see what I'm saying? And even if you remember some parts of it, trust me, you probably won't state it like you just did at 4:22. At 4:25, like, oh, I said I wanted to do that, that, that. Maybe you're using different words. Maybe you pause at a different place. The statement is different. It's so important for you to write it down. That way it reads the same way from the beginning to the end. Now, if you're changing it, you change it, you make your adjustments, until you come to the point where, okay, this is exactly what I want, or this is exactly how it should read. Because if stop saying it and then it'll be like, oh, what did I say again? Oh, I don't remember. I know I use this word. Look, because our memory, yeah, it's sharp, but trust me, because so many different words have similar meaning. But when you write your goals, you want to use the words that you want to use for that particular thing that gives the meaning to that particular. Is what I'm going. So write it down, my friends. Write it down. I'm telling you, I never used to write down. I used to think of, like, when I was going to college, and younger adults. I used to just think about them like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Da A B C D E F. Yeah, I'll get those done. But as I grow older, and as life gets busier, take out the age thing out there. Age is just a number. As life gets busier, and as you take on more what is the word, more things to do, your workload become heavier. Now you start to take on your career out there. You have home, you have family, you got, some of us have businesses, and I'm talking about immediate family, extended family. You talk about the dog and the cat and the pets and the your car. Now you have organizations that you're a part of. Write them down. Trust me on that one, because your memory may not fail you, but you're gonna reshape those goals by restating them. It probably means something different more than from where you started out, right? Yeah. So write down your goals. So we talk about revisiting the goals. And as I said, that can take us the rest of the day, the rest of the week to talk about that. Is so many different entities. But we're going to just touch on another one. Very key. Very key. Look at your situation. All of us know our own situation. Very key. Look at your own situation. It's your home, your family, your finances, your resource. Look at what is available to you. Look at what you bring to the table. Look at your own situation. I look at my own situation. Do I have the resources? Do I have the knowledge? Do I have the skills? Do I have the support? That's a big one. Do I have the support? Who am I going to turn? So look at your situation. When we feel stuck and in a position, or when we are challenged or obstacles, we want to look at our own situation. Is this really that I want to do? You question yourself, question your own motive. They said when you talk to yourself and answer back, you're crazy. Well, I think I'm crazy sometimes because I do have to be like, asking myself the question. You have to, or you should, right? You should ask yourself the question: is this really what I wanted to do? I wasted all this time. I spent so much time and this money and resources and all that good stuff. And I'm in deep in debt or deep in a year. You gotta analyze your own personal situation, then analyze the old business situation. Because sometimes some businesses start off really nice, especially when you have partnerships, and then you realize that some things change in the interim. Some things are changing, policies are changing, procedures are changing, processes, and all of that. So you got to analyze your situation. How do I fit into all of this? Yeah, you got to take a hard look at yourself, because if you don't do that, you're going to remain there. You're going to take a hard look at yourself and make some hard decisions sometimes, because that's how it is. Oh my goodness. Talk about making hard decisions. Talk about taking a look at yourself. Who likes to do that introspecting? Nobody wants to look. We always want to look at the situation and everything out there. But when we got to turn the eye on the inside, yeah, that's deep. We don't want to investigate our own life, our own situation, right? So but it's the right thing to do. And you can, and all of us can remain powerless if we really don't do that. You know, you got to take control of it, because you're the one that's gonna be stuck. I am the one that's gonna be, all of us. I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be miserable, confused, frustrated, broke. I'm just like, oh, let's let it go, let it go, let it slide. You know how? No, look at your own situation. Look at your health. Am I still in shape, or what do I need to do to keep going? So our person, that's huge. Yeah, that's huge. You know, because where what who is gonna be my support? Where my support system here? Who can I call on? Do I have a mentor? That's why mentorship is so key, my friends. I'm not here to do mentorship today. Mentorship is like key, because when you are in this position, many times your mentor can help you with some of the things that we have talked about a while ago and help you out. I got 3 minutes left, right? So, how do you feel about that? Because there's a lot of work to do. But we really don't want to get into this stuck position or feel challenged or obstacles in our way or things are happening. But it happens. It's just a normal part of the process. And as I said when I started out, is that it's been said that this is not a bad place to be, because it triggers you to do something. It triggers you, and otherwise you'd be just sliding down, just sliding down, just sliding down. But this triggers you to take some kind of a action, right? So you can just keep following me here at Yvette Guerrero Online, because we do a lot of these Mondays mindset. And we talk about these things, but I know that some folks don't like to talk about being stuck today. Oh, I got this, I got this. But I'm here to let you know, or to share with you, or to suggest that this is not a place that nobody wants to be. So before you get there, take some, make sure you've been looking at your stuff and taking some action and assessing, evaluating, all that good stuff. So you don't have to get there. But if you're there, then I just shared with you 2 tips, and we have not even like scratched the surface of those 2 things. Taking, revisiting your goals, and analyzing, your own personal situation as well as the situation of the business. See where I'm going? Because they go hand in hand. We were always told not to let our professional life get over our personal life, get over into the professional life. Got that. But when you look back, who is managing the business? Who is the business? Who does control the business? So your personal life, why you don't want it to spill over, if you don't keep it in check, there it goes. It's going to spill over because there's something called emotional intelligence. If we don't get that in check, when we got problems at home and we're angry, we're frustrated, and we get to the meeting and we meet with our business partner, whatever, any little thing just triggers that off. You just like, some things that should be handled in a professional manner, in a methodical way, then you just be like, you know what? You just go for it. And there you go, because you come in bringing all that baggage because stuff ain't happening right over there in your personal life. And it spills over, happens all the time. That's why people talk about emotional intelligence. That's for another day because we've got to get control of that and know how to manage. All right, my friends, it is Monday's mindset. And if you're feeling stuck, you don't have to stay stuck, right? There are ways and there are suggestions all around that can help you to get out of that stuck position. Two things we talked about today. One is you want to revisit your goals, check and see what's going on. Remember we said we don't never adjust the goals, we adjust our efforts towards achieving the goals. Number two is that want to analyze our own situation, our personal situation, and the situation of the business. We're gonna leave you there today. Now you can always follow me at Yvette Garel online and go where we can do some more work. If you want to, like message me personally, that's okay. Just leave your comments. Tell me what you think. Maybe you have something more for that you'd want to hear more about. Let me know in the comments. Interact with me, engage, and let us build a rich community where we're helping each other. Because I don't know it all. I learn and I teach and I come back and I share with you what I've learned. You got something over there I want to know too. So bring it on. Let's have a good conversation next time. All right, my friends, take care of yourself wherever you are on this big blue marble. Hope you're doing well. Hope the businesses are doing well, and just keep going out there and crush it. But you got to take care of yourself in the process. Oh my goodness, look at my hair. Take care, everybody.